Hi, folks, and welcome to episode 25, Never Share Secrets with Friends. We're going to talk about why you should never tell any of your secrets to your friends. I don't care if they're your best friend, your coworker friends, it doesn't matter, guys. Because yesterday's friends could be tomorrow's enemies. And we're going to talk about ways to protect yourself. But before we get into this episode, I just want to give a real quick thank you to the followers, the subscribers, the supporters, anyone that likes the videos, leaves a comment. If you could leave a 5-star review, would super appreciate that. But I just wanted to take a quick second here and say thank you for all the support. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get into episode 25, Never Share Secrets with Friends. Okay, so the thing is, guys, let's think about how you meet your friends. You could either have family friends, people you've met through your family. Okay, they can be older, they can be younger. So you make friends through your family, through your school, through your job, maybe through sports. Okay, maybe on vacation, right? Maybe through other friends, okay? Through like some kind of club, like chess club, math club. I guess that could be school too, but, like maybe at an event somewhere, all right? So these are, I think, where most of our friends come from. And in today's episode, I'm just going to talk really quickly about why you shouldn't be sharing your secrets with these people, okay? And quite frankly, even when it comes to family members, I'm not sure you should share your secrets. Okay? Maybe your parents, maybe, but aunts and uncles, maybe not. Okay? Grandparents, maybe not. Because truthfully, guys, sharing your secrets with these people, what can they really do for you anyway? You know what I'm saying? When you share a secret with somebody, at best, they will have that same secret in common and you'll form a deeper bond. Okay? At worst, they will use that secretive, sensitive information to hurt you at a later time. Okay? So you're taking a big risk and a big gamble when you tell secrets to people. Okay? Like I just said, at best, they have the same secret. Okay? And even if they do have the same secret, what good does that really do? You could tell someone, for example, oh, and again, this doesn't apply to me, but you say something like, yeah, I was molested as a child. That's a really horrible one. Why would you even share that with someone, right? Maybe they say, oh my God, that happened to me too. It's like, really? Yeah. Wow. Like, what does it really do for you? It doesn't do anything. It doesn't have to be that dramatic. It could be a different example. It could be like, yeah, I had a boob job. It's like, really? Yeah, me too. Really? Who's your surgeon? Oh, Dr. Smith. Oh my, in Beverly Hills? He was my doctor too. No way. Wow. Crazy. But that's it, right? You're taking a big gamble. You're taking a big gamble when you tell people that. Okay? Because let's just say that they don't have that in common with you, right? And they think, oh, you had a boob job? Wow, that's like, okay, kind of weird, whatever. And let's just say your friendship sours. Okay, let's just say your friendship ends. Okay, next thing you know, everybody at work, starts asking you about your boob job. And you're thinking, what the hell? I didn't even tell these people. Doesn't matter, So that's the thing, guys. Okay? Be very careful with your secretive, sensitive information. It could be embarrassing stuff. I mean, like, when I was growing up, there was a kid who would wet the bed. Okay? And here I am telling everyone the business. I'm not going to tell you his identity or anything, but he wet the bed. And everyone at the school started to know him as a bedwetter. People that never even knew anything about the kid except for one thing, and that he was a bedwetter. Okay? That's because he probably told somebody, someone found out, and they spread rumors. Sensitive information, but that sensitive information was used against him. And the same thing will be used against you if you give people that ammunition. Okay? When you tell people about your secrets, your past, you tell them about your insecurities, your vulnerabilities, you tell them stuff like, oh, I used to wet the bed, I had a boob job, I was molested as a child, and again, these don't apply to me, I'm just using them as examples. You could tell them like, oh, I had substance abuse problems, I used to smoke meth, right? I used to be an alcoholic, I used to be violent, I had to go to anger management, I went to jail for stealing, right? I carjacked somebody one time. Just negative things about your past, guys. Don't ever share this with anybody, not even people you consider friends, okay? Because what these are like little bullets, okay? And you're just handing them out to people who might become your enemy. One thing about it, guys, if you hand a gun and bullets to your enemy, they might just load it up and shoot you. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you guys are coworkers at a company and you tell them like, oh, I went to jail for stealing, I used to be an alcoholic, right? And they might not do anything with that for a while, but let's just say a promotion comes up, okay? A promotion at that job comes up and you and your coworker friend both want that position. Well, you don't have any dirt on your coworker, but they have dirt on you. They know that you went to jail for stealing, and they know that you used to be an alcoholic. And when the manager starts interviewing you and interviewing your friend for the position, right, your friend says, hey, you shouldn't hire that guy because he's went to jail for stealing, and I think he might be stealing here. Also, he's an alcoholic, so he's probably drinking on the job. And then next thing you know, that little, what you thought was an innocent thing, telling a trusted friend, now all of a sudden, you don't get the promotion. Now you're being drug tested. Okay, everybody at work now sees you in a negative light. They see you as a criminal who's an alcoholic, and maybe that's who you used to be, and you put it behind yourself. But now all of a sudden, okay, you have a bad image, you're being drug tested, and that person who you thought was a friendly coworker, now they got the position that you're better qualified for. Does this make sense, guys? So even if the drug test comes back negative, and even if you're a rockstar employee, okay, that information you gave out is coming back and damaging you, and now people see you in a certain light. All right? And the problem is they won't even give you a chance to address it most of the time. They'll just quietly have that negative opinion of you. Like, oh, he went to jail for stealing. Like, oh, he's a thief. Got it. Okay, cool. But they don't say anything to you. They just hold on to that perception. All right? So especially coworkers, people at maybe events, okay, or any kind of professional situation, because make no mistake about it, guys, you are competing against your coworkers. Yes, you are. You might have stuff in common, okay? You might be kind of on the same team working for the same company, but if a good position comes up, you're in competition with your coworkers. And if you tell them negative, truthful things about your past, that is ammunition that they can use to tell bosses and managers and etc. Okay? I'm telling you, I don't think anything good can come from telling secrets to a coworker. All right? And those are just coworker friends. But think about your other friends, okay? People that you might have grown up with, friends of the family, right? You talk to them, you tell them stuff. Okay, well, they might tell your parents. Instead of telling your manager at work, they might tell your parents. They might tell your grandparents. They might tell your siblings. Okay? I'm telling you, folks, revealing sensitive information about yourself, okay? Like it's like little bullets, okay, that your enemies can use to shoot at you. All right? And a few examples of this sensitive information could be stuff of like maybe, prior trouble you've had with the law, like getting arrested, going to jail, felony convictions, misdemeanor driving drunk, that kind of stuff, right? Can really put you in a bad light, okay? It can be medical stuff, like you used to wet the bed, you had a boob job, you had a facelift, a tummy tuck, right? People don't need to know this stuff about you. They really don't, guys. It could be other stuff. It could be about your upbringing. Maybe you were molested, or maybe you weren't, but maybe your dad used to beat your mom. Okay, maybe you grew up poor. Maybe you were homeless. You don't need to tell people this stuff, guys. Nothing good's going to come from telling this. It could also be personal information, right? Like your social security number. You know that you shouldn't give that out, but don't give that out. Don't even give your birthday out. Don't give your home address out. Okay? Don't show people, where you keep the safe in your house. Okay? Your jewelry collection. Okay? Where what bank you keep your money in, the combination to your safe. Okay? Even the bedroom. Guys, nobody needs to go in your bedroom either. Unless they're like a significant other, but, just in general, guys, you should keep a lot of things close to the chest, because nothing, it's like you show someone like, oh yeah, and here's the safe where I have $100,000 worth of jewelry. Yep, right over here. It's like, cool. Now, as long as they're your friend, maybe nothing bad happens, but maybe that person becomes a meth addict, okay, and they get desperate and they know, hey, I know where there's $100,000 in the safe. Guys, they take this information with them, right? Whether these people are a friend or an enemy, they take your sensitive information with them forever. You tell them how you grew up, what your birthday is, okay, where you live, right, where you work at, right? If they become an enemy and they hate you and they want to take you down for whatever reason, they have all kinds of information and stuff they can use against you. So, because that's what's happening, guys. People are always becoming better or worse. Nothing in life stays the same. All right? Everything is getting better or it's getting worse. Okay? Like a plant. A plant is growing, getting bigger and stronger, or it's dying and getting weaker. All right? Same thing with a person. A person is either becoming better, more righteous, getting closer to God, turning away from sin, or they're getting worse, falling deeper into sin, drinking more, doing more drugs, lying more, stealing more. People are getting better or they're getting worse. And I can guarantee you, we've all had friends that are no longer our friends. And just think about all the information they have on you. Okay? So, just general advice, don't tell your friends anything. Don't share secrets with them. Okay? Especially at the workplace. Because when it comes to money, people will sell out friendships for money. You can ask Jesus about Judas on that one. All right? Judas was happy to be Jesus' friend. Okay? But when Judas could make money and win favor and win influence amongst the enemies of Christ, he cashed in all his secrets and cashed in the trust he had so that he could win favor with the enemy. All right? And the same thing could happen to us. If they could do that to Jesus, there's no reason they couldn't do that to us as well. All right? This whole thing, it's like, oh yeah, I trust you, you won't betray me. I trust you, you won't betray me. Well, they won't betray you until there's a reward, right? Like at the workplace. Oh, there's a $100,000 position that just opened up, okay? And now all of a sudden, you telling them that you went to jail for drunk driving, that you used to be an alcoholic, now they're going to cash that in and tell their manager and use that against you. And before you know it, that little weasel took that information, painted you in a bad light. You're being drug tested while somebody who has less experience than you is taking the position that you're better qualified for. Okay? So one of these things, guys, don't tell people anything good or bad about your past. You don't need to. You don't need to, right? I mean, what is a coworker friend anyway? Furthermore, you shouldn't even be having coworker friends. All right? Be nice and friendly with them at work, but as soon as work ends, that should be it, guys. You should not be going out to bars, going to each other's houses, okay? Me personally, I've always kept my workplace friends very distant from me, okay? I just have, because they could easily turn on me, right? They can turn on you because there's money involved, right? The only thing you really have in common with these people anyway is the fact that you work at the same place. If you didn't work at the same place, how much would you really have in common with that person? Okay, probably not very much, right? So once that job ends, the friendship ends. And once that job and friendship ends, do you really want them to take all your personal medical background history with them? Probably not. Okay? Same thing with childhood friends, friends of the family. Okay? Now, you might not be able to cut them out of your life completely, but limit what they know about you. Okay? You don't have to tell them all your secret information either. All right? Because what you tell them has a very high likelihood of coming back to the people in your family. And if you don't want your family to know, then don't tell the friends of the family. Okay? In general, folks, the whole point of this episode is to tell you that you really shouldn't be sharing secrets with anybody. I really can't think of anything good about it. And you might say, okay, well, Chris, what about my wife or my husband? Should I be telling them secrets? And it's like, I don't think you should lie to them, but I also don't think you should really volunteer a whole lot of information, but ultimately that's up to you, But if you get just think about it though. If you separate, if you get divorced, if you break up, okay, do you want them to know? Are you okay with them knowing everything you told them? Maybe you are, maybe you aren't. I don't know, right? But all that stuff can be used against you. It's like talking to the police. Anything you say can and will be used against you at a later time. So if that person tells you, yeah, I went to jail, I was a convicted felon, I was an alcoholic, then when the divorce comes, it can be like, yeah, he beat me, he's an alcoholic, he went to jail, right? They can use that past, okay, to paint a picture and try and win some kind of court case or something. So it's a dicey situation, guys. I mean, a spouse, that's up to you. It really is, guys. I don't agree with lying. I really don't think you should lie. But, just be very careful of what you reveal. Because that's the thing with secrets, guys. Once you tell them, you can't take them back. It's not like Men in Black where you hold up that little light thing and you erase their memory. No, once you tell someone a secret, it's out there. You no longer own it, It's really important to be careful what comes out of your mouth. Okay, the Bible tells this too, right? The power of life and death is in the tongue. All right. And also, like in North Korea, they talk about how your mouth is your biggest weapon and your biggest liability. If you say the wrong thing, okay, if you divulge secrets, okay, tell about things you shouldn't be telling, it could cost you your life. It could cost you a lot of stuff. It could cost you your job, your marriage, so that you need to be very careful with that mouth and that tongue. Be very careful with what you tell people because it can be used against you. Seriously, right? Loose lips sink ships. They also sink marriages. They sink friendships. they can sink people's lives. So be very, very careful with the information you tell people. And ultimately, guys, Jesus and God, they know all your secrets. You can tell them. All right. So what I would say, guys, is, have a private, intimate relationship with God and Jesus Christ. Okay. You don't need to be confessing your sins to a person. Okay. Because it'll be used against you. That's what they do, right? Um, and it's like a card that they can cash in anytime they want, right? Um, I mean, this could even happen at school. It could happen in any kind of a situation, but everyone's cool, and it's like, oh, hey, what's up? Yeah, everything's cool, everything's cool. And then the friendship ends, and then all of a sudden, people walk by you in class, and they're like, hey, what's up, bedwetter? And it's like, what? I didn't tell you that. And it's like, hey, you gonna wet the bed today? And before you know it, these random people start commenting on something private that you told somebody. You know what I'm saying, guys? You know what I'm saying? Um, and that's just an example. I was never a bedwetter, but you know what I'm saying, right, guys? Is that people love to gossip, especially narcissists, right? These are all things that narcissists will do. Collect secrets and then sell them out for influence with people who can get them further ahead in life, right? They're not going to share secrets with people unless they can get something, right? But that's very classic narcissist behavior, okay? Behavior that Judas had, right? He knew who Jesus was and he had the trust of Jesus. Well, he didn't use that until he was in a situation where it became very advantageous to him, right? Um, so just one of those things where it's like, okay, yeah, they might not betray you today or tomorrow, but in the future, if they could use that against you, they just might, So don't tell people your secrets, guys. Nothing good's going to come from it. And you as a good person, you probably know secrets about other people, but you probably don't spread them around, okay? And you shouldn't. But just understand that a narcissist loves to collect secrets and then sell them out to people for influence. Oh, I heard so and so had a boob job. Oh, really? Yeah. And John? Yeah. Well, he's secretly an alcoholic. No way, really? Yeah. It's like they love to gossip, to manipulate, to lie. Okay? It's just a demonic, narcissistic, gossiping spirit. Okay? And you never know because, a lot of narcissists never used to be narcissists. Sometimes they were a good person you called a friend. But like I tell you, yesterday's friends can easily turn into tomorrow's enemies. And when these people turn out to be enemies, they take all that secret, sensitive information with them. And if there's an advantage for them sharing that with people, they might just cash it in. Okay? So don't share secrets with your friends, guys, especially coworkers, friends of your family. Okay? It's just, I can't really think of anything good that can come from it. And even with your spouse, if you get divorced, all that stuff might be used against you. So be very cautious. And with that being said, guys, this is episode 25. I hope you enjoyed it. Please go ahead and leave a like and a subscribe. Leave a comment. A 5-star review is always appreciated. And just stay vigilant, guys. Don't become evil. Don't become a narcissist. Don't fall into this gossipy manipulation behavior. Okay? Because these people that spread lies and dish out other people's secrets, believe me, they will have to answer for it and pay for it. All right? So ultimately, it's not going to work out for them anyway. It might temporarily, okay? But in the end, they're going to have to pay a very heavy price for it, and they're probably going to regret it. In fact, I'm sure they're going to regret it. Everyone regrets their sin at a certain point in life. Okay? So continue being a good person, stay innocent, Don't tell people secrets. Don't share your secrets with friends. And with that being said, guys, stay vigilant, stay peaceful, and I'll see you in the next episode. Peace.